I've been following these pages that are like uh, on my Instagram. I get a lot of my feed has like law of attraction and like manifestation stuff and abundance stuff. And I found that with all those kind of things, um, you get people talk a lot about um, techniques and practices, but they don't really talk a lot about the definitions of things. And so I kind of wanted to make a quick video for some reason. It's just popped in my head on what I believe, or how I would define the word abundance. So what really the first thing that came to mind to me is, when you have abundance, you have more than enough. I'm sure most people realize that. So imagine that you have a apple orchard, right? And every year you fill your apple, you make apple juice and you fill up glass jugs and you sell them. And every year you have your whole warehouse and you get your whole order, and your apple orchard produces so much fruit that you have more than enough fruit left over to fill every jug and even have apples to sell wholesale. To me, that's abundance. You have more than enough. Your apple orchard has produced, it's bear more fruit than you need. And so your business is, your orchard is above and beyond expectation. To me, that's what abundance is. Every time that you have more than enough. And I thought that's a really good definition, and that's my perception of what abundance is. And you can apply it to lots and lots of things, and you can realize how abundant you are in your life. I go hiking sometimes. I love hiking. I have clothes I wear to go trekking. I have right now. I'm wearing my. I don't really want to put them in the video, but I'm wearing my trekking pants right now. It's not the only pair of trekking pants I have, but I only need one. I only wear one pair, so I have abundance there. That's an example of abundance. And you can identify things. I can only wear one pair of shoes at a time, and I have shoes in my closet. I have more than one pair of shoes in my closet. I can only wear one beanie at a time. I have more than one beanie. I can only wear one pair of glasses. So this is all examples of abundance. When you focus on things like this, it tends to give you gratitude. I'm not, there's so many places in my life where I'm provided for. And that's true abundance, knowing that you're provided for. So it's so important to realize that's the definition of abundance. And that's really what's at the root. Anything beyond that, it starts to get muddled and obfuscated, and you don't need to do that. You don't. It's just that simple. It's just practice looking to where you have gratitude in your life, what you have to be grateful for. And when you do that, you'll bring more things into your life to be grateful for. And it's that simple. It really is that simple. There's so many places in your life. You have an extra tube of toothpaste in your sink. It's another place for you to be abundant. You have more than one meal in your fridge. That's another place to be abundant. People don't realize they're so abundant in their lives because they get busy comparing themselves. I see people comparing themselves to other people in such ways that kind of shift their perspective in a manner that's not so ideal. I don't want to put it in any sort of it is what it is, but I just wanted to put that out there because I really do believe that's the key. That is the key with law of attraction and law of abundance, and attracting more into your life through gratitude, which is real and it works because it changes your focus on what you have, and you have so much going for you. People don't realize if you're young, you have so much time ahead of you. So people will look at 20-year-old kids will look at someone in their 50s who's driving a Mercedes and say, man, I want a Mercedes. But you know, you've also got 30 years time ahead of you to figure out how to get that Mercedes. So, you know, look to where you have a lot of abundance. Another really great exercise. Would you trade places? God be with him, and he's a wonderful guy. Would you trade places with Warren Buffett? He's got billions and billions of dollars. Would you trade places with him? Catch being, you have to also trade ages with him, because he would take that deal like this. He would take that deal. Doesn't matter where your finances are, he would take that deal because he doesn't have much time left. So that's one place where you truly have tons of abundance. So in some ways, you are more abundant than Warren Buffett. Think about that. Cool, huh? That's really, I think, is the real perspective on how to view abundance.